What's happening, Tech Timers? This is Andre of Andre's Tech Time and Product Reviews, where I review cool tech and everyday products that will make your lives just a little bit easier. And today I am coming to you live with no jive as I review Umidigi's second GPS smart/fitness watch. It's the Umidigi URun. Can you dig it? Okay, so before I get down to the nitty gritty, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell all below. And please share if you care. Now, this is the Umidigi URun smartwatch. It's a fitness watch. This is the box. Let's zoom in just a little bit. Umidigi URun. I've got it in space gray. Now I'm really digging on, once again, the new box that Umidigi is shipping their UWatch, all of their smartwatches in. There was a time when their smartwatches came in boxes this size, and then they kind of streamlined them down to this size. And now, looks like Umidigi's shipping their new line of watches in these fancy white boxes. So, black is beautiful, but this white is all right. Now, let's go ahead and cut this open. Tech Time tool to the rescue. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yowza! One more time. Yowza! Let's get it open, get it out. There it is. Let's just put the watch off to the side for a second. See what else is in the box here. We've got the instructions. Once again, they used to, the instructions. Let me see if I can get one out of the previous boxes. Dropping everything here. Instructions used to come like this. Now they come like this. So, and of course, the Umidigi charger, USB-A on one side, proprietary connection on the other. Now I'm really excited about this watch, and I'll tell you because first of all, it looks good. I'm excited about this watch because apparently Umidigi now has a new operating system, and also they're using a new app. So let's go ahead and get this turned on. I may have to hold this down for a few seconds or so because this is the first time it's starting up. Let's see, maybe the top. In any event, of course, what I'm going to do is, like with any smartwatch that you get or any smartphone, you're going to charge it up for a couple of hours. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to get this all nice and charged up, and then we're going to go through the features and we will see what we can see. Groovy, I can dig it. Okay, Tech Timers, so before we get down to the get down, let's take a look at the Umidigi URun specs. Processor is unknown, it's not listed on their website. The operating system is proprietary, it's brand new. I think y'all are gonna love this. The display is a 1.1 inch, and it's just a little bit smaller than their previous watches. Color TFT, LCD, touch with 240 by 240 resolution. Size and weight, 44 millimeter in diameter by 12.9 millimeter thick, and it weighs 26 grams without the watch strap. RAM and ROM unknown, once again not listed on their website. Battery in daily use mode is 10 days. Standby mode is 40 days, so not bad on that. Sensors, heart rate, sleep, blood pressure, and oxygen. This is the biggie, y'all. GPS, GLONASS, and Beidou. So it connects to 3 different satellite systems. Let's see, it's waterproof up to 5 atmospheres, compatible with Android 4.4, iOS 8.0 and above. Wireless connectivity is Bluetooth 5.0. Comes in the following colors: space gray, icy white, titanium gray, rose gold, and ocean green. It's made out of 316L stainless steel. The strap is made out of silicone and it's 22 millimeters. And the fitness app is Pi-Active, which is brand new to Umidigi. Now, let's take a good up close look at this bad boy. Okay, Tech Timers, so let's take a close look at this watch. This is Umidigi's second GPS watch. This is the URun, and this is a fitness / smartwatch. So very well constructed. There's a screen, strap, and this is the space gray. You can see this is a little bit lighter than the band on my Samsung. So 2 buttons. This is your power button, on and off, and I'm going to show you how quickly this works. Now you hold that in for a few seconds, you have power off and you have reboot. There's reboot. As you can see, it's shutting down. Let me zoom in. And there you go, just a few seconds. Sensors for your heart rate, blood pressure, oxygen levels, and of course the charging port, removable straps, quick release right there. So if I push the button, turns the watch face on. This button, as I said, is for power on and off. It's also your back button. This button will cover in just a few moments. If I scroll down from the top, I've got do not disturb, and it says silent mode on for some reason, but I'll go ahead and do that and it'll turn back on. This little icon will keep the screen on for 5 minutes. And then it will turn the screen off. And that's to find the phone. Let's go ahead and put that back on. That is to set your alarm. And of course, this goes into settings. Let me just get out of that for a second. Then you can see the date and the battery right there. So if I go into settings, display, style, and there are 3 built in, and it's just, one loop. So there aren't a lot, I'm just going through. This is brightness. Right now it's on 2. That's 3. And that's 1. I normally keep it on 1, but under this light I want to make sure that y'all can see it, so I'm going to keep it on 2. Sleep, and I have it set to go off. The screen to turn off after 5 seconds. Let me just turn it back on. You've got from 5 seconds all the way up to 30. You see it just continuously loops. Let's get out of that. And when you press the back button, it takes you back to the home screen. So let's go back into the settings. So we were looking at display, and then there's show time, and you can show the time from 5 minutes up to 30 minutes. Let's go back in. If you hit time, then you can select between 12 hours and 24 hours. I'm a 24-hour kind of guy. So let's go back. And now vibration. And that's just, the buzz when it buzzes. High, low, and none. So go back into settings. Let's see what else we have. Key. And what this does is it allows you to set this button to whatever you want it to. So right now I have it set on sports. So if I press that button, it takes me into all of the built-in sports. And we'll take a look at that in just a moment. Reminders, silent. You can set how often it buzzes or vibrates on your wrist. In order to drink water, you can set it for time to take medication. And then let's go back into settings. And then you can go into system. You've got restart, shutdown. Binding is for your to sync it, and then of course you have restore, which will restore it back to factory settings. As if you just took it out of the box. And the last thing there is going to be about, and about's going to give you your Bluetooth information, software version, resource version. Now, one thing I'm really happy about with this watch is this is the first Umidigi watch that actually updates. As soon as I synced it to the application, it began a nice long update, and so I'm happy about that. So with all of their other watches, everything is pretty much baked in to stay, and that's that. With this watch, it's updatable, so there will be some upgrades. So now if I want to change the watch face from here, I'm just going to go ahead and hold it down, hold the screen, my finger to the screen for a couple of seconds, and of course we already saw these. So this is where I'm at. Scroll down to right now it says empty data. If I had it synced to the phone and I got a phone call or I had some messages, that's where they would show up. Go back to the home screen, and if I scroll to the right, then it shows the time as well as steps taken, calories burned, so it's a ring. There's your music controller, and keep in mind, just like the previous Umidigi watches, this does not have any storage for music. This will allow you to control your music player or your music app on your phone. So scroll again to the right, and right now it's not synced, so it's not accurate, but that's the weather app. No sleep information because I didn't wear this last night. Make sure the strap is fastened tightly, because now that's the blood pressure monitor. So if I had it on, it would give the readout, and I got to tell you, it's actually very accurate. So I'm very happy with that. And then it goes back to the face, and if I scroll to the left, it just does all of that in reverse. You can just keep scrolling in either direction. So back at the home screen, if I press the button, it takes me to my apps. This watch has 17 fitness apps built in. So we've got run, walk, cycle, treadmill, walk, indoors, bike, hike, climb, rower, badminton, elliptical, football, basketball, tennis, yoga, dance, and train. And I guess train would be like working out. So 17 fitness apps built in. That's more than previous watches. The other watches, I think the most, I think this one, which is the UWatch 3 GPS, this one has 14, but it doesn't hold 14 in the watch. I would have to use the app to swap out the fitness apps. So this one has 17 built in. So we were on sports. There's a sport data. So, whatever you're doing, walking, working out, all of that information would be in here. I didn't use it very much the last couple of days. And I should mention that I've actually had this watch now for about a week, but I was in the middle of a different video, working on a different video. So I'm just getting back to this. Status, and we saw that, your rings, steps, calories, etc. Let's go back. And so sleep, there's no sleep information at this time. Heart rate monitor, we did see that. And I'm excited about this because this one has the that's the oxygen. Let's go back. And of course it's not on, so it's not giving a reading. But I did compare it to this, my Bellafu oximeter, and I'm going to leave a link right above so that you can check this out. It actually compares very well, and it actually compares very well to my Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2. So let's go back. This is what I'm excited about. It does have a blood pressure monitoring, and it works just as well. I don't have it set up on the Galaxy Watch, but it works just as well as this, and it works just as well as external blood pressure monitoring. Something you should do, in these days where it's just so easy to get sick or whatever. Message, of course, once again, that's where my phone calls and text messages would be. And keep in mind, once again, just like with other Umidigi watches, view only, so I wouldn't be able to respond to those messages. Music player, there's another way of accessing it. Let's go to, we have the weather. We saw that has a built-in flashlight. I'm telling you, this is very, very bright. And actually the watch can get so bright where you don't even need to use the flashlight. If you just turn the screen on in the dark, it's pretty bright. But it does have a built-in flashlight. Let's go to alarm. No alarm set, but that was just another way of getting to the alarm. It's other than the quick menu from the top. Find the phone. If you misplace your phone, press that. It has a built-in compass. I don't have it set up, but you would put it on your wrist and then just move it around, and then it would calibrate. And one of the other Umidigi watches does that as well that I have. And I think it's the Umidigi UWatch 2S, I believe, does that. And I'm going to leave a link for that right here. So you can check that watch out as well. So we were right here, shutter, so that you can control the shutter on your camera app on your phone. We've got a timer, 1 minute, 3 minutes. I think it goes all the way up to 60 minutes, or you can do a custom. Let's go back. You've got a stopwatch as well. Self-explanatory. Everybody knows how to use a stopwatch. So let's get out of that. And once again, settings. So a different way to get to settings. Now, let's take a look at some sports, some of the fitness apps. If you're going out for a run, you can see GPS. Look how quickly that connected. That was at about 3 or 4 seconds. Heart rate monitor, I don't have it on, so it's not calculating, it's not reading my heart rate, but I would just press the little guy running, and there you go. So if I had it on, you would see the heart rate, kilometers, the time of the activity, the actual time. And then if I press the top button again, I can pause it, I can resume, press again, and then I can exit out of it. Are you sure you want to end? And if I press that little check mark there, then I'm out of the app. But now if there were any actual activity, then it would give me a synopsis of everything that was done. So the only thing left now is to go ahead and take this out on the bike ride so we can see how the GPS works, see how well it tracks. Okay, hang in there. It's a really cool and breezy day here in the Phoenix area. Probably won't do this for another day or two, but I will pick this up as soon as I can, and we will go boogie on the bike. Okay, Tech Timers, because I always tell y'all the 100% real deal, I'm just gonna let you know it's been over a couple of weeks, just a little over a couple of weeks since I last touched this video. And that's because the mornings have been really, really, really cold. 30s and 40s. Yes, it does get cold here in the desert, in the Phoenix area. So I was able to sneak out this afternoon for a short ride, and I'm gonna show y'all what took place. Now, this of course is the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2, and this is going to be for the URun. The app is called PaiActive. It's PaiActive. I'm not going to go into every aspect of the app because it's been done a million times on YouTube, but it is new to Umidigi. So I have it set to pull up the my bike route. So as you can see, hopefully y'all can get a really good look at that. Matches 100%. So no drops, No issues at all. So let's take a look. 20 minutes, 37 seconds. 20 minutes, 42 seconds. 3.57 miles. Now this, for some reason, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so maybe y'all can get a better look. This, for some reason, shows kilometers. 6.11 kilometers. And I don't see an app where I can change it. So hopefully there will be an update. But I'm going to convertworld.com, which is what I use to convert like absolutely everything. So 6.11 miles comes out to 3.8 miles. So a little bit generous on the mileage here. I got up to 10.4 miles per hour. Here it says I got up to the average speed, I should say. And here the average speed says 17.82 kilometers per hour. Let's go to Convert World. And that says it converts it to 11.07 miles per hour. And I was just cruising along, not racing or anything. But once again, just a little bit generous here. The gold standard for me is, of course, Polar. And Samsung's app compares very, very well to Polar. So still, this isn't bad. I'm impressed that it didn't drop anything. So let's just kind of briefly take a look at some issues here in the app, or like a really, really quick overview. Okay, so today is December 22nd, and number of steps, for some very, very strange reason, I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me zoom in just a little bit. It always shows blank right here, but if I tap on it, you can see today, you can see there's some steps and some activity from earlier today. It has consumption, basic consumption of calories, activity consumption. I don't have any information in there. Shows heart rate, outdoor cycling, and of course that's where I was, as you can see, once again. And then some walking I did first thing this morning, so you can see that. That was indoor. Sleep, blood pressure, blood oxygen. There's device. I'm connected to the Umidigi URun, and of course you can add several other devices here. And of course my profile, and it's got my device, set goals, unbind data, so that would be removing the watch from syncing, help center, third-party program settings, support, and setup guide. So I'm going to go back to the home screen, and once again, like I said, I'm just really impressed by the way that it covered the outdoor cycling. So that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, Tech Timers, so what did we learn today? We learned that the Umidigi URun is a great fitness tracker and smartwatch. It tracks GPS really, really, really well, and it's great for tracking your fitness, and it's just loaded with features. This is Umidigi's most featured, full-featured watch, I'll say. And very comfortable to wear, very bright screen in and outdoors. Very tough, quality products. So I think y'all know what time it is. It is time for me to rate this, the Andre's Tech Time and Product Reviews rating system. If I like the product, I'm going to give it right on. If I don't like it, it's going to be right off. If I really like it, it's going to be a groovy, man. And if I really don't like it, it's going to be a jive turkey. This watch does everything that I personally want in a watch. And I'm just surprised that there's so much watch here for the money. So I'm going to give it a groovy, man. It's only $46.99 on Amazon. Umidigi's best watch by far. But how does it compare to the Umidigi UWatch 3 GPS? We will see in an upcoming video. So that concludes my review of the Umidigi URun. Just keep in mind that in all of my videos, My opinions expressed are my own. I don't get paid to do this, and I purchase all of the products with my own money. Enough said. Keep on trucking, and I will catch you on the flip side in my next video. Now, can you dig that?